Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. My name is Adam. I'm Community Manager for Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and pictured on your screen is FHM producer Jeff.
Everybody,
And we are back with the 2016-2017 Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. It's never going to feel quite right. Not going to lie.
yeah. So we're off to a not bad start so far, 2-2, which is about in line with what the Leafs are actually doing so far. With one big difference, we haven't got Frederick Anderson back in goal yet, so we're still going with our backups. And Jake Gardner's out injured, so we're kind of struggling along at this point. We did sign for trade with Winnipeg for Jacob Trouba's rights and signed him, so that is one major difference from the current Leafs. But other than that, fairly similar to what they're actually playing with. And just take a go ahead.
As you say, we converted Jacob Trouba to a left defenseman.
Yep, and he may not be there yet, but he should be all the way up to the top rating on left defense fairly quickly because we're going to be playing him there all the time. Just looking at the stats screen right now, nothing too amazing so far. Van Riemsdyk isn't really off to the start that he's been in real life, and the surprise has been Austin Matthews, who's got no points in his first 4 games, so no big debut for him in this game. So coming up
not
next,
too unsurprising.
We got Chicago. Actually, there's something in my mail. Let's just take a quick look at what we got here. Oh, there we go. Trouba, in fact, did get switched over to left defense, so that is... Don't have to worry about that anymore. And anything else interesting going on? Sandrick City hit 750 assists, and Nashville grabbed Ryan Garbutt on waivers. But let's roll along to our next game against the Hawks. And for anybody that's been playing the game and thinks they're getting too many injuries, how about yesterday in the NHL, the real one? Stamkos, Gaudreau, Taylor Hall. Did I miss anybody?
I feel like there's somebody else, but I can't remember.
Yeah, all down for fairly serious, and Gaudreau's going to be out for a while. Looks like it. Gnarly hand injury.
Hall and Stamkos both have meniscus tears.
Yep.
That's surprising.
So, yeah, it kind of opens up the East a little bit. Tampa's not going to be... I mean, they didn't do too badly without him last year, but... Still, it's going to kill them. And, okay, let's play this game against Chicago. I don't think I want to make any changes in my lineup. Could give Garrett Sparks a backup. Give him a game. He hasn't played yet.
Good. If you're looking for information on tactics and roles, we covered that in our 2 previous Toronto Maple Leafs streams, so you might want to give those a watch. Both are available on our YouTube channel.
And just I'll point out something here in the... While I'm looking at the strategy screen, we've added something, the in-game strategy screen, which is what I'm looking at right now. When you click on the player, there is now, you can see under the dot indicator that shows how well a player fits a particular role. There's also a red bar or a yellow bar which indicates whether or not that's an effective countering role for the opposing tactic. So it's the same as the indicator that's down here. And it makes it a little easier when you're looking through the roles. So I'm going through Mitch Marner's here, and of course doesn't actually there isn't a counter of the things that he's eligible for. But if I'm saying going through Lavos, and there we go, setup man is a counter. Red is a major countering role, so that's even more effective at lowering the effect of the other team's tactics. The only problem is with this game, we started this one with, I think it was the very first release build where the initial coaching tactics rating is very low, so I'm probably going to have to spend this whole season not matching up very well coaching-wise to the rest of the NHL, and I'll use all my points at the end of the year to raise that stat. But I don't expect to have a tactical advantage too often this season. And on to the game. Start it up and take... you see right there the Hawks have the... you see the Hawk logo behind the coaching advantage icon. And they've also got the tactical advantage too at the moment. So I will see if I can do anything between periods to get that tactical advantage back. But not going well for us so far. Down 4 shots to 1. No goals yet, at least. And if the text is going by and there we go. Hawks score immediately. So down 6-1 on shots, and not the greatest start for Garrett Sparks this year.
So Ratcast in the chat asks, how often do you play the backup and third string goalies in the season?
I usually shoot for about a 60-20 split for games played. Now 62-20, I guess, if you're in an NHL season, but like about 3-1 seems about the right ratio to me. And depending on what the exact way the schedule is working out, if I've got back-to-back games, probably start the backup in one of them, or if I've got an easy game, good time to put the backup in, rest the top guy a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But 11-2, we are not doing a great job here. And Panarin makes it 2-0. Couldn't even make it to the end of the period without another one. Okay, so that is the end of the period. Let us take a look at the strategy screen, and I will go really hard at finding countering roles here.
All right.
Even if they don't necessarily fit the players very well, they may lower the other team's effectiveness enough that I can get a little bit of get the tactical advantage for a little while. Nope, nothing there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have the greatest fit against the Hawks.
No, but that's not unexpected, is it?
No, I mean, Leafs against Chicago, that's not the best matchup in the world. Yeah, it's unless... I doubt that's going to be enough to turn the advantage around. And no, doesn't look like it. Might help if I got a little bit of momentum back and got it that way, but nothing so far. It doesn't look like anybody's having a particularly bad game, at least. Just kind of overall... Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised that the game ratings were getting outshot 15-3 and nobody's too far down yet. And Roman Polak makes it 2-1. So.
All right.
You got a couple of shots back there, 16-5 now. Hey, maybe we can do something here. But now the Hawks putting on a little bit of pressure and back and forth a little bit. But yeah, I think this was a good game to put the backup in, seeing as he's getting a ton of shots on him.
Which again was kind of expected.
Yeah, so I mean, we probably at least another month or so before we get Anderson back. So as long as we can kind of struggle through that and stay around 500 at that point, we still might have a shot at the playoffs for the last part of the season. But he's probably going to miss about 20-25 games, it looks like. And 2-1 into the third, or into the second, and we will just roll right on into the third because I don't think there's any way I'm getting that tactical advantage. And Hossa makes it 3-1.
No tactical advantage? Are you sure?
Nope, not going to happen here. I'm guessing that's a big part of that is probably my coaching tactics rating, and Panarin makes it 4-1. So this is going to be a long season, most likely. And 5-1, we're just getting killed now. I'd think about pulling the goalie, but it's not going to make a whole bunch of difference when we've only got 10 shots. By the way, you enjoying my t-shirt, Adam?
I can't read fully what it says, so.
You can't read it, eh? You're not familiar with that logo?
No, I'm just too far away from me. Sorry.
Okay. Lions.
Oh, okay. Trying to make me feel bad, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. For the non-CFL fans, my Lions beat Adams Blue Bombers by 1 point in the Western semifinal last Sunday. For the right to go on to and get completely destroyed by Calgary in the Western final.
It was an interesting choice to decide to kick from 61 yards away. But.
And not like it matters. How many games did Calgary lose this year? 1, 2?
Yeah, the Bombers played them well, though.
No, we didn't at all, so I wouldn't count on anything happening. It's probably going to wind up being Calgary-Edmonton in the final, I guess, unless Ottawa can upset the Eskimos.
Which is not impossible.
Yeah. And 5-1 final score. So we will take a quick look at the summary at the end of this and just see how bad it got. Yeah, pretty dismal game ratings. Merchant had a decent defensive rating. Nylander played really poorly defensively. Matthews, yet another pointless game. At least he had a couple of shots, so his offensive rating is okay-ish, and he was above 500 on face-offs. Kadri, rough game on face-offs, but other than that, yeah, it looks like that one line. Riley wound up -3, Marner's -2, Zaitsev -3. Yeah, they kind of piled on that one group, it looks like.
Ooh.
And did we even get any stars out of that? Nope. Desjardins, Anisimov, and Panarin all Hawks and 3 stars. So that one is best forgotten. So I will continue the game, and we will see who we've got next. And I think put Enroth back in goal. And make a quick check on see how our 2 injured guys. Pretty well, we've got about, I think, 5 injured guys, but 3 of them are long-term injuries. See when Anderson's due to come back. But the more immediate concern is Jake Gardner, who is still hurt. Oh, he's down to day-to-day instead of 1 to 2 weeks, so that's a little bit of improvement there. And we don't have a game for a couple of days, looks like. Who's coming up next? We got Tampa on the 25th. It's the 23rd, so maybe, just maybe, we get Gardner back for that. But I will switch Enroth back to the starting goalie, just so I don't forget to do it before that game. And play a little forward here. Canucks losing, not surprisingly. Your Jets won, Adam, 3-2 against the Oilers in the shootout.
Of course.
I've got scouting reports here. I'm just going to take a quick look at the early standings. Anybody still undefeated? Looks like Colorado's the only one, surprisingly. And the Canucks are actually off to a 3-2-1 start. And the Jets, that was actually the Jets' first win of the season. So definitely a big difference from the way they're actually playing, which is pretty good so far, isn't it?
Yeah, they're playing quite well for how many injuries they've had in real life.
Yeah, I'm getting my scouting reports back. Looks like we're hitting all the areas that we should be, so everything is fine there. And we got that little bug where the player pop-up still gets stuck occasionally. There we go, that got rid of it.
All right.
And okay, here we are at Tampa Bay. What's going on with Gardner? Gardner is still out day-to-day with whiplash, so not quite ready to come back yet. Wonder if I should make any lineup changes beside him. No. That third defensive pair got hit pretty hard the last game. Could put Carrick in, but Polak was the only one who scored. Marinchen's actually been playing decently, so no, I don't think so. I will just go back to the game without changing anything besides the... Oh, I can... we'll have a look at the tactics and make what's probably a futile attempt at getting a tactical advantage.
Yeah. Bar Stows in the chat asked, does the AI use a different roster management strategy when the cap is turned off?
It's not an entirely separate one, but it'll operate a lot differently with no cap on. As the cap is really the big constraint when you're designing the AI for the NHL. Everything has to operate through that. So certain aspects of the way the AI, the underlying roster AI is still the same, and Austin Matthews just gets his first goal of the season finally. The underlying AI is still the same, but it's operating by different rules if there's no roster cap, and a few certain algorithms are changed a little bit. So no, it's definitely not totally the same, and it will, it's just pretty much free spending at that point. It'll work the way the NHL did prior to the cap. And 2-0, we're on a roll here. Mitch Marner gets his first of the season too.
Excellent.
Oh, that's why it keeps stopping. I've got game stoppages turned on. Don't need that. So finally having a decent game here. Now just hopefully don't hand it back. And I'm going to go through that a little quicker. I'm going to sim to the end of the period. And what was that I said about handing it back? I go to sim to the end of the period, and naturally it's now 2-2. But we are out shooting him 13-8, so I'm... Oh, and lo and behold, I did actually get the tactical advantage. Oh, no, wait, I'm reading that wrong. That's the circles around Tampa. They do. My mistake. Got all excited for a minute, and Morgan Riley makes it 3-2 for us. But comes right back, and Alex Killorn ties it up. So 3-3. And if you can't read the text, that's the extremely fast version of it there. You can see up top here, I could change it to go to much slower, and we're actually losing now 4-3. But it is excruciatingly slow at that speed, so I will crank it back up to very fast and sim to the end of the period again, and hopefully we get something back. Nope. Better do it in the third then. And Bozak ties it up for us. See, this is a great game for considering how good Tampa is. And we're down 5-4 though, but we're out shooting them through 41-23. I can't even keep up. 43-25. And we wound up losing 5-4 anyhow. So we finally put together a good game and lose it by a goal. Austin Matthews, though, is the good news. 1 goal, 2 assists.
Finally.
And having a quick look down at the game scores. Yeah, 83 game rating. I think that might be the best one we've had for anybody this year. Got hurt a little bit on face-offs, but other than that, Van Riemsdyk gets a couple of assists, so hopefully... Oh, Van Riemsdyk had a very bad defensive game, though. But hopefully we've got Matthews on track now, and even though we're 2-4, our next game is the 27th against Florida, so the other Florida team, and with any luck we will have Gardner back for then. Oh, and I was going to take a look at Anderson. I forgot to do that, and I should have a quick look at the waiver wire too to see if anything's going on there. We did pick up a couple of guys on waivers, but...
Who did you pick up?
I'm trying to remember right now. I got to look at the lineup. I'm just waiting for it to finish the day. And I know we picked up 2 guys, and we sent somebody down to the minors immediately, and he didn't get repicked up.
Didn't we send Cordero?
Corrado?
Did we pick him? Yeah, sorry.
No, we put Corrado. No, we traded him to Vancouver, and then they put him on waivers again.
Did we grab him back? I feel like we tried to grab him back.
I don't think so. And no, Nikita Soshnikov with the hat trick for the Marlies in the AHL. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. Who have we got here that... Gotta look at the transaction log. I can't remember who... Oh, that's right. Brandon Davidson and Stefan Matteau.
Oh, right. I remember that now.
So Davidson, we've actually been playing. He's got 6 games, hasn't really done anything yet, and he's -6. And let's take a quick look at the Marlies to see how Matteau, who he sent down right away, is doing. 7 points in 6 games, not bad. I think I remember our previous game last year, we with FHM2 when we were playing as the Jets, we had him, and he wasn't nearly that productive in the AHL, so maybe he's going to do something here for us.
We had him with the Jets.
Yep, briefly at least. I don't know if we kept him, but we had him on the team for a while.
Huh.
Or wait, am I thinking of... I'm probably confused. No, I'm confused. I'm confusing him because he's Stefan Matteau's son with Claude Lemieux's son, Brendan Lemieux. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So we didn't have him.
Okay.
Well,
we could have had him at some point. It's not impossible.
And Gardner's still not ready to come back. Okay, I'm just going to go period by period against the... Whoops. Oh, try it without that. And actually, we got scored against 2 minutes into it, so I'm going to... Oh boy, this may be ugly. 2-0 already halfway through the first period, and Van Riemsdyk finally gets one back for us, and it's his first of the year, and Van Riemsdyk gets his second a few seconds later, it looks like. So we're getting outshot badly here, but at least we're tied this time. And 2-2 end of the first. Wow, 26-6 for shots for the Panthers. And they go up 3-2. And Leo Komarov scores against ex-Leaf James Reimer.
Surprising.
Yeah, we're hanging in this. Losing, getting outshot badly. Nope, Yager makes it 4-3. And Huberdeau makes it 5-3, and this one is probably out of reach now, so I'm just going to sim to the end of that, and it finishes 5-3. So Van Riemsdyk gets second star at least. I think Matthews probably got to pull. Matthews had a couple assists on that, so the good news is the first line is heating up. The bad news is the rest of the team is doing terribly.
Yeah, that's hopefully something we're going to be able to remedy here at some point.
Oh, wow. Minnesota wiped out the Sabres 11-4.
Ooh. That's a surprising score.
And we've got Montreal next, so now we're up against Carey Price. So it's the traditional Saturday night hockey night in Canada, Leafs and Habs. So,
how about Columbus? They seem to be scoring on everybody as of late in the real NHL.
Okay, Jake Gardner is back playing. He can go full contact in practice, but they still want to keep him out of games for slightly longer. He's still day-to-day, so anytime now, but not quite ready yet. I'm going to give Connor Carrick a game, put him in for Marincin, because we're going to have to shuffle the defense around when Gardner gets back anyhow. Actually, I'm going to let the assistant do the lines just for this one game. And then I will make a thorough overhaul of everything when we get Gardner back. And let's not embarrass ourselves against Montreal on national TV, but nope, we can't even manage that. McCarron gets the his first of the season. I think that might actually be his first NHL goal too, and Montreal is up 1-0, 6 minutes in. We are out shooting him early though. Galchenyuk makes it 2-0. This is not going well.
No, it is not.
We're playing him reasonably well. We're still out shooting him most of the way through the first, but Can't get anything by Price. Oh, no, it's not even Price. Montoya is playing for this one for them. So that's how highly the Canadians think of us. They start the backup.
Well, you got to start your backup sometimes.
And Nylander finally makes it from 2-1. But Montreal's out shooting us badly this period. And we tie it up somehow. Komarov from Matthews. But Sergachev puts it in for Montreal. 3-2 for them. 3-2 end of the second. Can we come back? And yes, we can, because Nylander just scored. Looks like we're coming back pretty well here. Montreal's got 40 shots on goal against us, so Enroth's kind of kept us in this one, and we're heading towards the end here. Wow, 48 shots, 45 saves for Enroth. So can we get through overtime? Just going to play overtime at regular speed, or very fast speed, but not sim through it.
He's doing a very good job for us.
Yep. "90 seconds left in overtime. Montreal just hits 50 shots. Yeah, it's been all Montreal. Lots of red in overtime, but it's over. So let's watch the shootout. Tone the speed down a little bit.
Well, I don't want to say go by, no blink of an eye.
So Radulov with Montreal, and he scores. Matthews misses. Gallagher misses. Marner misses. Pacioretty and stops it. Van Riemsdyk has to get this to win, and he does. Lukanic scores, though, and Nylander's got to tie it up. And we lose on the save by Montoya. 4-3 in the shootout, but hey, we at least got a point.
Not bad.
I saw some scary numbers in the defensive game score here. Oops, that's Montreal's. 95 for Emelin. Leo Komarov, 28 game score defensively. It was only -1, so he must have made a lot of little mistakes there. I don't even see any giveaways or takeaways, so he's just screwing up a lot of the minor stuff. Losing battles in the corners, I guess. Otherwise, Nylander had 2 goals for us. Nice game. Matthews gets a couple more assists, so he's definitely on track. But we are now 2-5-1. And we've got, is that the Rangers or the Islanders tomorrow? That is the Islanders tomorrow. That's good news. Just going to advance to them and see if we get Jake Gardner back, hopefully. And I keep forgetting to check how Anderson's doing.
Well, he was a while, wasn't he? Wasn't he going to be like months?
It was 1 to 2 months, yeah. Okay, trainer says that Gardner it's safe to dress him now. He's not 100%, but you can see his little icon here is switched over from the Red Cross to the yellow or orange one. So he is available. So it is. I think we will probably put him back in because we're not doing so well without him. Just going to take a quick look at the stats. Yeah, Matthews is actually leading us in scoring right now. 7 points in 8 games after that going pointless in his first 4. So he's turned it around.
You should be happier about that or not.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll not forget to look at Anderson. Anderson's still showing 1 to 2 months on the shoulder problem. So we had really bad luck with him. He should have been back for the start of the season. And you can see other ones there, Robidas and Horton and Lupul. Robidas and Horton are almost certainly done. We're probably going to get Lupul back by the end of the season, but at the rate he gets injured, I wouldn't count on having him around for long.
So the only team with a bigger injury list would be the Arizona Coyotes.
Yep. Pronger, Stone, Hansel, and Bolland. all Boland indefinite, Hansel 1 to 2 months, Stone 1 to 2 months, and Pronger, who's really just around at this point because his contract is still active. But we can juggle our lineup a little bit. So that character, oh, he was -2 in that game. I don't want him in. I think I'm going to sit Zaitsev out for a couple. Put Marincin back in. Put Gardner back in. Wondering if we should maybe move one of our centers over to the wing and put Peter Holland in. Levo hasn't done that much. Or can Holland play wing? Holland can play left wing. And I've got a bunch of left wings, so Mikulek can, yeah, he can go to the right if I need to. So Holland, I think Josh Levo or Zach Hyman goes out. Hyman hasn't done anything at all. He's only one NASTAR. So Hyman out, Holland in, and let's get to rebuilding that lineup. I'm going to go with the assistant suggestions first and just shuffle guys around a little bit. See, they want to put Mitch Marner on the fourth line, which doesn't strike me as a great idea.
That seems like a really odd choice.
Yeah, I think, yeah, well, that's way off. Marner, Matt Martin, switch him around. And I'm just going to make a few small role changes here. What else did I move? Oh, Holland. 3 stars. Can we get him up to 4 with anything here? Does not look like it. Gardner goes on the second pair. I think we can leave Trouba on the first. Trouba and Riley. Davidson, Marincin, Gardner on the second one with Polak. We'll let him come back in that way. Power plays look fairly reasonable from what I can see. Penalty killers, no, I don't want Austin Matthews on the first one.
Why not?
And bump him down to the second. Oh, he is playing pretty well right now. Okay. I think that is our lineup, and I think we've got another game today, don't we? Yeah, against the Islanders. Start that up. Oops. And, of course, John Tavares scores 34 seconds into the game.
Sounds about right.
So this is going typically well. And Cal Clutterbuck makes it 2-0.
That hurts.
But Jake Gardner gets one in his first game back, first of the season. And we're out shooting him 13-11. And Kleiman makes it, oh yeah, he's not ours anymore, 3-1 for the Islanders. Austin Matthews gets one, 3-2. But Thomas Hickey immediately makes it 4-2. So we cannot get even close here.
No, that's bouncing back and forth.
Tyler Bozak, 4-3. So can we get one here to tie it up? Really low shot totals in this game, 21-19 for us so far. And Casey Cizikas makes it 5-3. And Tavares, 6-3, comes right back. So this is getting away from us now, and we desperately need our starting goalie back. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to panic at this point and go looking for a better backup alternative than Enroth. I know it's kind of a waste because we know we're gonna get Anderson back in another month or two, but we're just getting killed at these points.
Is there any free agents available?
At this point in the season, highly unlikely. I can't remember anybody being still free. Let me just take a quick look, though. Free agent center, filter it down to goalies. No, basically three. Oh, Ray Emery's still kicking around. Don't think he's actually played in a couple of years, though. 39-year-old Czech, or Slovak, rather. And another 33-year-old guy. And it's all, other than that, career minor leaguers or guys who are close to or should be retired at this point. But we got a day off and we got Edmonton next, so. And Gardner should be just about back to 100%, so I think we may be getting him back tomorrow to 100. I really hope so.
Well, I wonder who we could target on free agency. Or not free agency.
Trade. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at our development report. That came up. Connor Carrick coming along nicely. Improvements in 4 categories. No declines yet. Matthews gets 1 point into stamina. Mitch Marner with 3 improvements.
Always good to hear.
Dominic Toninato in Minnesota Duluth in NCAA up by 3 points. So good to see our prospects doing well. Frederick Anderson, despite being injured, gets a point in mental toughness.
Well, all that injury.
Persevere through the injury. Yeah, still 1 to 2 months. Wow, he's not coming along at all. Actually, let's take a look at the Marlies, see how they're doing, see if there's anybody worth bringing up. We got a bunch of 1.5 star guys down there and on the bottom end of our roster. And actually, it looks like Stefan Matteau is 2 stars. He's made it up to 2, although that's his probably his ceiling. He's got 10 points in 8 games. I'm thinking I should bring him up. And what have we got to send down? We got anybody? Nylander is waiver exempt, but there's no way I'm putting him down. Marner, Matthews, yeah, it's all my good guys. Oh, Zach Hyman is not waiver eligible, so he is going down. And we will bring Matteau back up. Actually, I'll take a quick look at their stats to see if there's anybody else that's worth taking a look at. No, Matteau is way ahead, twice as many points as anybody else, so no, that's a slam dunk. He's got to be the guy that comes up. So, waiver pickup Stefan Matteau.
I'm just taking a look to see if there's any goalies we should be targeting.
Yeah, I mean, I can take a quick run through the league at the backups.
Well, that's what I'm looking. If there's anyone of great interest to us.
Yeah, I mean, we'd want somebody that's at least 2.5 stars, I think. And somebody we can get relatively cheaply. It'd probably be smarter. Actually, I'll let you do that and let me know if you find anything, and maybe take a look through the AHL too.
Well, I'm just looking through players of who are signed.
Yeah.
Looking at potentials. Seeing if there's anyone of interest.
And Matteau can go into the lineup. Who am I going to kick out? Matt Martin? Yeah, I'll try it without him.
What if we went and got James Reimer?
Yeah, the fans would be thrilled at that one, wouldn't they?
There is not a lot of 2.5 goalie prospects.
Yeah,
At current ability.
Pretty much what I figured.
Unless we tried to convince Montreal to part with Al Montoya.
What about the Jets?
Oh, wait, hold on a second here. Okay, well, I'm just still going through. We have Martin Mrazek with Nashville. Wow, they got a lot of goalies. We could maybe try and get someone from the Islanders, too. They got 3 goalies.
Okay, take a look at them after this game.
Who might work?
And the Oilers, we don't have a single shot halfway through the first period. And suddenly we get 3.
Oh, right, that happened. I just want to see if we can...
But Enroth is keeping us in this. Nothing at the end of the first. Until Patrick Maroon finally beats him, and 1-0 Oilers. Man, we can't lose to the Oilers. Lucic makes it 2-0. Fantastic. Two nothing into the second.
I was going to say, for some reason, the Jets decided to trade Connor Hellebuck to New York in this game.
And Nylander breaks the shutout 2-1. Yeah, that's right. We forgot about that trade. So they don't need to... And McDavid closes it out with an empty net goal. So the McDavid-Matthews matchup goes to McDavid, I think. Matthews had an assist. But 3-1 Oilers. Are we last in the league now? Last in the Atlantic. Tied for last in the East. Nope, Arizona's 1 point behind us. So we got somebody that's worse than us at least. But hey, heading for the Nolan Patrick, Austin Matthews combination possibly.
Which wouldn't be bad. So looking so far, I think the Islanders might be our best bet.
Okay, I'm just going to let this stop. Just waiting for it to get through this day. Oh, it's November 1st. This is November 1st is actually... You'll sometimes see this in the game. There's a bit of a delay on that day because it does a bit of cleanup work for free agents. If there's somebody who's still sitting a free agent at this point, they may get wind up going, say if it's a North American going over to Europe, or to a level that they normally would be unwilling to play at, just so they can keep playing rather than sit unsigned.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Almost out of this, I think. But yeah, that's why you'll sometimes see at the beginning of November the game will slow down. Same thing with January 1st, and the big one is on July 1st. And just letting it save my game here. Okay, board confidence. Larry Tannenbaum thinks we're disappointing so far.
Of course he does.
But he's relatively happy with us, so... Okay, everyone is back healthy now. Tell me there's been some movement on Frederick Anderson down to 2 to 3 weeks, finally. So at least we've got a time frame. We'll have him back by the end of November. So let me just look at the Islanders, though, because I know how... Okay,
I think
yeah, they've got...
you can get J.S. Berube for a decent... I made an offer on the one I am, and I'm just trying to see if I can get an answer eventually, but...
Yeah, that's... I mean, even if we... Oh, he's 2 stars right now. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the consensus is 2.5, 2 stars, and our scouting report says he's 2.5. Though he's probably somewhere right in between there. Is that much of an improvement over? Go to Winnipeg out of Reflex. Enroth is not going to get higher than the 2 stars. Neither is Sparks. So, regardless, it's a slight upgrade in goal.
Well, so yeah, you can get him, and again, this is mine. I got JF Berube for the rights to Joseph Wool. Who is an 18-year-old goal for Toronto.
Yep. Playing at Boston College was our early 3rd rounder last year, though, so I don't know if we want to... What's his potential? Looking at 3-star... Well, either 2.5 or 3-star potential, depending on who you believe. I'm going to try for see if we can work something around one of our backups instead, like give him Sparks and a lower draft pick. I don't know if I want to give up a relatively early, relatively high draft choice.
Well, this guy's only 25 too. This other goalie, so
yeah, Berube, true.
He will be around for a while.
But I'm not going to. I need to get rid of. I'm going to have to dump one goalie out of the minors anyhow if I do this. And Sparks looks like the best candidate. Scout says they'll probably take the offer. I don't think so because Sparks is not quite as good as Berube. But what if I throw a 5th rounder in?
6th.
6th?
6th.
Try 6th then. Okay, offered the trade, and we got a game tomorrow against Buffalo, so I'm not sure if we're going to get a response back before then. Would be nice. And we might actually, no, I don't think we're going to get quite caught up to today's date in this game. We're still about 2 weeks behind.
Well, that's okay.
Nope, no response on the trade, and we do have the Buffalo game today. So I was actually going to give Sparks a game at this point, but not going to do it while he's on the trading block. And I'm just going to sim my way through this one. We'll see what the Bucks. Oh, we got killed 6-1. 6-1 and outshot 55-20. Man. Okay, I think we're officially bad at this point. Nobody in Buffalo even had more than a couple of points. Oh, there we go. Ennis had 3. Okay, this is getting a little bit embarrassing. I think we started this game 2-2 and we're now 2-6, 2-8-1. Or started this show 2-2 at least, so 0-6-1 for the Wednesday night. We got to get 1 before we shut down. Maybe. And the Islanders took the trade.
No. See? 6th rounder just sold it.
Yep, and that's right, he was in the AHL, so I do have to call him up. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. Crashed the game. Hang on, let me reload, and I hope we didn't lose too much here. I don't think we did, because I did just saved a little while ago. Not even sure how I did that.
Well, odd things happen every once in a while. Windows 10, is it randomly deciding to update?
Don't think so. Are you getting one?
Not right now, no, but
No.
Doesn't mean it won't be coming.
So what did we lose there? We lost... No, we lost that embarrassing game in Buffalo, so we will just redo that, and... Actually, I'll try and do the trade first. Watch the Islanders won't take it this time.
Don't offer the draft pick and see what happens.
Oh, that's what caused it to crash?
Giving away a draft pick? Yeah. Lou Lamoriello was very upset about that.
Sparks for Berube. We'll see if I can get away with a 7th round draft pick this time. I'm going to cheat a little bit. We know they took the last one. And Marner improves at right wing. Board confidence is the same. Let's get this Buffalo game out of the way. Can't be any worse than the last one, can it? 4-3 we only lost this time. 4-3 in the shootout. We even got a point out of it this time around.
Nice.
And we should have a result back on that trade. Hopefully it's good. Nope, no answer yet. I did propose that, didn't I?
I don't know. I would
I
assume
wonder
so.
if I forgot to hit the button. Well, if it doesn't show up now, I'm going to go back and look again. Yeah, I don't think I forgot to propose it. Whoops.
Well, mistakes happen. Not the end of not a huge deal.
Okay. Sparks, 7th rounder. For Berube. Yeah, I didn't. I just went ahead. I'm sure I forgot to do that. So we will play one more game with the lineup as is. It's against Vancouver, so I'm not going to be too upset if we lose this one. Go to the sim the end of the period. And Sedin scores 20 seconds in. We're giving up a ton of goals in the first minute of the game. And we tied up. Brandon Davidson with his first of the year. Derek Dorsett makes it 2-1 for Vancouver. Philip Larson makes it 3-1 for Vancouver. Not even getting the big guys scoring for the Canucks. It's the third pair defenseman and the fourth liner. Okay, things are officially not looking good when Vancouver's beating you. And Henrik Sedin makes it 4-1. We're not even competitive here. 4-2 finally. Jake Gardner.
If we can't compete against Vancouver, we might as well take her in.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to go into tank mode here. Jake Gardner scoring. At least Gardner's been hot since he came back. And hey, we're having a comeback here. It's only 5-4 now. Come on, Leafs. Did I just root for the Leafs against the Canucks?
I think you did.
Austin Matthews ties it up. See, I don't know what to think now.
I'm
5-5, so...
Cut that voice clip out.
And Mitch Marner scores in overtime, or... Yeah, it was an overtime because we've only got two guys out there. And we win 6-5. Comeback. After being down 4-1. So Matthews with a goal and 3 assists, and Van Riemsdyk third star. So we finally win a game, and it would be against the Canucks. But I will take it. And did that get us out of last place? No, we're tied with the Bruins for last in the Atlantic. Out of last place in the Eastern Conference, at least. Or actually, if it wasn't for Columbus, we'd be tied for last in the league, though. And the Canucks were 7-2-2 to that point, so big win.
The Canucks are doing that well.
Oh, you remember how they started this year, right?
Yeah. But they
5-0, and
continued.
then lost 9 in a row.
That's very Canuckian.
Definitely. No, not really, because we usually wait until the middle of the year before we tank.
Oh, you're true.
Jonathan
Do you
Taves
think,
injured.
because we haven't really talked about this, do you think we'll see a changing of the guard in Vancouver?
There's a lot of pressure on him right now. The thing with Jake Verton going up and down and calling him up just to sit him in the press box, the media is all over Desjardins and, well, the whole organization really at this point, Benning and Linden too. So unless they turn it around suddenly, there's going to be a big push for the owners to do
I kind of
something.
think myself, Vertanen should probably be in the AHL.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
let him
but
play.
why even call him up? I don't get that. Why we would
Yeah.
bring him up for? We've got other guys down there that could have used a look, or would have enjoyed making the money for a couple of days sitting in the press box. I'm sure.
Somebody must have been hurt.
And there we go. We did get the Berube trade done.
What did we give up again?
We got got him for Sparks in the seventh rounder rather.
I was going to say a second rounder.
No, I didn't do a second rounder. That's
You wouldn't give up a third round pick, but you'd give up a seventh round or a second rounder.
That's Leaf logic. And Berube, when we get him, is actually down to 2 stars, so he's an improvement over the backup we had, but not a big difference over Enroth, unfortunately. But I will give him the start against LA tomorrow night just to get him into the lineup and see if he can turn us around a little bit.
Sounds like a good plan.
And who knows, maybe we can win 2 in a row to close this out. Not really counting on it, but... And I'll let this one run at normal speed. Kings were probably not the best ones to be hoping for a win against, but Komarov makes it 1-0 for us from Trouba and Matthews. We're actually playing the Kings pretty well so far. It's only 3-2 on shots for them, but I think that's the way we've got to play these guys is if we're going to have any chance of getting a win here. Keep the shots down. And now that we got another 1-0 lead, just try and hold that against Quick. Assuming Quick, yeah, they didn't start our backup. When their backup, Quick is in. And yeah, actually surprisingly steady game from us so far.
Well, that's good. You need that.
Got to take a look at Matteau at the end of this. I keep forgetting to look at his stats, how he's doing since we called him up. Speed it up a little bit here. But halfway through the game, still up 1-0, hanging on there. Shots are still relatively even. And we somehow make it 2-0.
All right.
And Dustin Brown breaks the shutout 2-1 with 15 minutes left in the third. And it looks like the Leafs or the Kings were on a 5-on-3 there. And Kopitar ties it up. Come on, you can't give him. Van Riemsdyk makes it 3-2 for us. Come on, boys, just hang in there. A regulation win. Yeah, we do. 3-2.
All right.
Outshot 25-17. But we will take that. That is 2 wins in a row. And I'm going to take a quick look at Frederik Andersen. See if he's any closer to coming back. And hopefully we've actually been done pretty well with injuries, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Crosby's out day to day. I just saw the news headline there. Still injured. How is... No, Anderson's still showing 2 to 3 weeks. Let's take a quick look at the stats before we wind this up. Matthews, runaway scoring leader, 16 points in 13 games.
Pretty good for not doing anything in the first few games.
Yeah, Leo Komarov coming along okay. Van Riemsdyk right after him, 9, both with 9 for both of them. Marner and Nylander doing well. So, our young guys are doing pretty good. Jake Gardner, 6 points in 7 games since he's been back. Stefan Matteau, that's not good. Pointless in 4 games, and he's -3. So that hot streak he had in the AHL hasn't really carried over.
No.
And
Maybe we'll consider sending him back down.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a look at the Marlies to see how good. Yeah, Zach Hyman had 2 assists in the first 2 games since we sent him down. I'll give Matteau a little bit longer, I think. Anything else going on interesting stats-wise? Overall game rating, pretty much what you'd expect. Gardner's right at the top. Matthews, Riley, who's doing badly. Oh, Matteau is at the bottom. Matt Martin, Connor Brown, Polak. A lot of fairly mediocre 50-something ratings. And you really have to wonder how much better we'd be doing right now if we had Anderson back in goal. I think we would have at least another 1 or 2 wins at this point, and we'd probably be sitting somewhere in the middle of the division. But right now we're 1 point out. Well, we're only 1 point out of 7th. And Tampa and Ottawa are both only 1 point ahead of us, and the Bruins 2. So it's not like we've written off the season at this point, at least. I can still claw something back here. And I'm just going to take a quick look around the league. Colorado, surprisingly in first, and who's going to have a look at the scoring leaders. Crosby in front with 25 points, so we'll see if that injury is going to slow him down a little. Colorado guys right after him. And are there any Leafs anywhere? Austin Matthews, second in the league in assists, and number 9 in points.
Not bad.
Matt Martin, 4th in penalty minutes. And Morgan Riley is 9th in shots blocked. So, got a few guys. Let me see if... I don't think there's any chance Enroth is going to be in the goaltending leaders unless it's... Oh, he's tied for 2nd in overtime losses and 3rd overall in losses. So
He appears
you
on
don't
the
want to know who
stats.
the loss leader is.
Oh,
Hutchinson.
absolutely. Of course.
Yep. So not exactly the start the Jets are off to in real life. So maybe they'll turn that around.
Not when they traded Hellebuck.
Well, it doesn't hurt them immediately. That's more of a future thing. Okay, do you want to wind it up there? And I think we can leave it as it is and pick this up next week with... I'm actually going to sim forward a couple of days, so actually I think we've got a bit of a break here. Flyers on the 11th, so I've got 2 days, so I'm going to get it up to that, and you can go ahead and wind it up while I'm doing that.
Okay. Well, let's see. Hopefully I can do this right this time. Thank you for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey stream. We stream every Wednesday night at around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our streams are live on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. If you did not catch the stream live, it will be archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. And you can see all of our previous stream archives as well, which is great for finding out information if you have questions about tactics. And what else, Jeff? What else have we covered?
Pretty much anything, tactics, scouting. I think I want to go over next game a little bit more about the in-game tactics, but we're actually can't say too much about at this point, but we're working on some changes there that I think just got Sebastian implemented them either yesterday or today. I'm going to make the in-game tactics a little more intuitive and easier to understand what's going on.
Okay, so we'll be continuing to show that next week, and so you'll catch videos on the YouTube. If you'd like to talk to more about Franchise Hockey Manager, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. You can reach out to us on Twitter. We're at Franchise Hockey, or you can go to our website, which is www.ootpdevelopments.com. Click on that community button, and you will find our official forums, which include forums for Out of the Park Baseball, Franchise Hockey Manager 3, Beyond the Sidelines Football, and Just Talk for everything else. Lots of good people.
Yep. Any questions about the game, go ahead and come out there. And thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. And hopefully we can continue this two-game winning streak next week. Close this one out a little stronger than we began it. I think it was a crash that fixed things for us.
All right.
Okay, thanks for coming out, everybody, and we will see you a week from now, at which time hopefully the BC Lions will be getting ready to go play in the Grey Cup, but I'm not counting on it.